Space Coconut.
Guess what we're doing today? Okay, here we go. Dead by Daylight Players Satisfaction. Thank you for taking the time to give your feedback on Dead by Daylight. The purpose of this survey is to measure player satisfaction and your opinions on several topics pertaining to Dead by Daylight. It should take approximately 12 minutes to complete. Your responses help us to continue to improve the game. Man, I can't read. The information and answers provided are anonymous, not shared with any third party except for you, and will not be used for other purpose than survey analysis. They still haven't fixed this text. It's just copy paste the proper English on this. If I'm right, it should be and will not be used for any other purpose than survey analysis. Maybe fix that. Anyway. Overall, how satisfied are you with Dead by Daylight? Let's go with, very dissatisfied, honestly. I don't want to play the game. I'm not driven to play the game. I play the game sometimes because I feel like I have to. That's not a reason to play a game. To what extent do you agree with the following? Dead by Daylight is worth the time I spend on it. Strongly disagree. Dead by Daylight is fun. Disagree. Neutral. Let's be fair. I feel that the game is fair. Strongly disagree. Disagree. You know what? I feel that the game is fair. It's not a good question for this. I feel that the game is fair. That's not a good question. So to tip the scales, we'll just say strongly disagree. Which role do you play the most? Killer, almost always. Which role do you prefer to play? Very much killer. Which platforms? PC. When did you start? Let's see, it's 2021 and I started playing in 2016. That's 5 years, buddy. 4+ years ago. Next. How would you rate your experience with the matchmaking in the last 3 months? Matchmaking time? Very positive. Teammates? Matched with? I'm going to leave that blank. Because, killers don't have teammates. Opponents matched against, i.e. skill level. You know what? I'm going to say very negative because the majority of them aren't the same skill level. Rank reset occurs once every month. To what extent do you agree with the following? The time between rank resets is too short. Now that rank reset doesn't really matter, and ranks aren't going to be tied to matchmaking, this doesn't matter. So, is too short? I'm going to say somewhat disagree. I can make enough progress with my rank in a month to feel satisfied. I'm going to say neutral or NA. Yeah, I'll say neutral because I don't care. Yeah, neutral because I don't care about my rank. I am motivated to play well right before my rank resets. Strongly disagree. I try to play well all the time. I am motivated to play well right after my rank resets. Strongly disagree. The skill level of people I am matched with right before and immediately after rank reset are similar to my own. Strongly disagree. The horror genre contains many subgenres. How enjoyable or unenjoyable do you find the following types of horror gaming experience? Survival horror, somewhat enjoyable. Action horror, that's like Resident Evil, somewhat enjoyable. Adventure horror, somewhat enjoyable. Psychological, very enjoyable. Silent Hill, psychological horror. Yeah, if you haven't played Silent Hill, you should do yourself a favor and play Silent Hill. Jump scare horror, very unenjoyable. Which of the following do you find most enjoyable in a horror gaming experience? Survival, action, adventure, psychological. Most enjoyable. That's a weird question. It's a weird question. I think I'm going to go with the survival horror being the most enjoyable. Like, enjoyable, right? Psychological horror is good, but it's not exactly enjoyable for me. To what extent do you feel the following horror elements are present in Dead by Daylight gameplay? A feeling of suspense/stress. Now, as a killer player, there is stress but it has nothing to do with the horror elements that are present in the gameplay. So, not at all. Unsettling ambience, uh, lighting, audio design. Well, let's see. I can't even hear the unsettling ambience just during a chase because it's deliberately blaring. Because it's deliberately overpowered by the chase music and other aspects of it. That period of time where the music was almost gone and there was nothing but ambience noise, that was amazing, and they should try that. But I mean, these horror elements, unsettling game ambience, not at all. Horror and scary settings, not at all. It's just a map, and because of the looping and the running in circles and the super scary stuff that is, yeah, there is no horror in Dead by Daylight. How do you feel about how prominent the following horror elements are in Dead by Daylight gameplay? Definitely not too prominent. Okay, so a feeling of suspense / stress, not prominent enough. Unsettling, not prominent enough. Horror scary, not prominent enough. To what extent do you agree with the following? Updated graphics have made the game scarier. Strongly disagree. Increase the immersion, I feel. Strongly disagree. The visual stuff, this stuff, a person's immersion and enjoyment of the ambience and the environment are going to be, the focus is going to be taken away from the atmosphere and put onto what the player is doing. And if they're chasing a survivor, they don't have time to think about how spooky everything is, right? The gameplay takes away the horror of the game. Graphics does nothing to the gameplay experience except muddy it in some cases. Some of the maps, they don't look as good as they could. They look good, okay? But making the maps pretty isn't going to make the maps fun to play on. The updated graphics improve my gameplay experience. Somewhat disagree. Strongly disagree. How they look doesn't matter. Overall, how scary do you think Dead by Daylight is? Not at all. In the last year, have you played a single-player horror game or a single horror survivor? Yes. Please list the 3 single horror games you can think of. Oh, I'm reading this question wrong. Please list the first 3 single-player horror games you can think of, regardless if you have played them or not. All right. Silent Hill. You know what they might be doing here? They might be fishing for licenses to put in their game because their original content sucks. Silent Hill, Resident Evil, oops. Because if they are doing a license, Resident Evil would be kind of neat. Another horror game. I'll just stick with my original thing. 7 Days to Die. Alright. How many days a week do you spend at least 30 minutes playing Dead by Daylight? Days a week. 2 to 3. How many days a week do you spend at least 30 minutes playing other video games? Let's go 6 to 7 to get the point across. I would rather play something else, guys. Improve your game. Which the following games franchises have you played and enjoyed? There it is, 7 days. Let's see. Doom. Fear. Friday the 13th. PT. Silent Hill. Resident Evil. There we go. Please rank the following in terms of importance when deciding to play a new horror game. Let's see. You know what? You notice how gameplay experience isn't even on this list? Price, okay. Is it part of a franchise I already like? So, I mean, they're not even talking about the game. They just want to sell you the label, right? Here's a blue shirt, and here is a blue shirt with a Nike logo on it. Which one would you rather buy if you like Nike, right? That's literally all this is. Expecting it to be scary. If you're looking for a new horror game, you should expect it to be scary. High quality graphics. Yeah, like that makes good gameplay. The art style appeals to me. Interesting story or narrative? No. Let's see. Having the ability to play with my friends. I don't like playing with other people. Art style, high quality graphics. So let's put price at the very top, expecting it to be scary part of the franchise. We'll put this the like next bottom, I think. Art style above high quality graphics, I guess. Good enough. But you know what? Gameplay experience isn't even on this list, so f your list. Please use the drop-down menus to best describe your favorite type of game. My favorite. Where's this one? Let's see. RPG, medieval. There it is. MMO, art, stylized realism. Fancy. Stylized realism. I think I understand what that means. Let's see. What kind of MMORPG? You know what? Dark fantasy, industrial, medieval. I think medieval. Excuse me. I think medieval is what Pantheon is. There we go. Which of the following potential gameplay features would you be most interested in seeing added to Dead by Daylight? Up to 2. Additional game modes, who cares? A more competitive game mode, okay. A daily reward calendar, sure. Yeah, because we need more daily login bonuses, right? An improved tutorial, watch a video. Interactive features with streamers, e.g. Twitch drops. Yeah, like the charms really make that worth it. The ability to save custom perk loadouts for quick access. Yes.
Redacted.
Please. Okay, so there we go, those two. Which of the following potential social features would you be most interested in? Social features. A friend suggestion? No. The ability to reward other players for good behavior? Yeah. It's like survivors who get their asses beat into the ground are going to reward the killer for playing well. No, this is no. Anyway, an improved in-game report system? I don't know. I mean, do they even do that? Does it even work? Because we don't even know if it works, how can we say it's improved or not, right? A rework of the in-game news system. Yeah, who cares about your news? The ability to stay in a group with players you've been randomly matched with for future matches. I guess that's important for some survivors. If you get into a match with good survivors and you're like, hey, I want to stick with this group, it would make sense to stick with that group. Overwatch does it. The ability to receive a reward for having your friends join Dead by Daylight. So now you get a commission for getting your friends sucked into Dead by Daylight? Yeah, no. Yeah, none. Let's see. Which of the following potential game store features would you be most interested in seeing Dead by Daylight? The ability to visually mix and match outfits in the store. Why don't you do that already? Player profiles customization. Not exactly sure what that means. Lobby customization. Purchasable bundles, which contain characters and outfits. Ability to gift things to your friends. None. Your store. Which of the following potential gameplay features would you be least interested in seeing to Dead by Daylight? English. Which of the following potential gameplay features would you least be interested in? All right, least. So an improved tutorial. I have to select 2, right? There we go. Those 2. Interactive features with Twitch drops, least interested. Daily reward, least interested. Let's see here. The other 2 are at least, help the gameplay, right? Which of the following potential social features would you be least interested in seeing added to Dead by Daylight? Least interested. Ability to endorse and reward other players. Ability to receive rewards for your commission for Dead by Daylight. Which the following potential game store features would you least be interested in? Jeez. Least interested in purchasable thingies. Ability to gift things to your friends. No. The rest of it, I guess, will be fine. How likely would you be to sign up for an email newsletter related to Dead by Daylight? So now they want to sell your information. They want to gather your email stuff, and they want to sell your email to a third party. Very unlikely. Let's see. If you were to receive a newsletter, how useful do you think it would be to include each of the following types of information? Upcoming and or just released chapters? Not at all, because you release the information on the forums anyway. Upcoming and or just released features, because you just look at the forums. Upcoming released archives and tomes, look at the forums. Released cosmetic items, look at your Twitter. Sales in the in-game store, hey, look at the store and Twitter. Patch notes and PTB release information, look at the forums. Behind the scenes development facts, who cares? It's just Almo talking about the data. If you were to receive a newsletter, how interesting do you think it would be to include each of the following types of information? Not at all, 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 not at all. Keep your, I'm keeping my email. Did you follow Dead by Daylight on the official Twitter during? Yes. Were you aware of the Dwelf Twitter persona? Yes. Did you participate in the advent calendar? No, but I did know about it. Yeah. Please. You're asking about the thing. All right. To what extent do you agree with the following? I enjoyed the tweets written as Dwelf. Neutral. Who cares? People enjoyed it. People wanted to have a little fun with it. Who cares? It's not my thing. Would you like to see future Twitter personas like Dwelf? Strongly disagree. Just keep it professional. I found the tweets written as Dwelf engaging. Strongly disagree. I found the tweets written as Dwelf inclusive. Politics. Strongly disagree. Legendary outfits are designed to completely change a character and are bound together as a set. What's your familiarity with this kind of cosmetic? I know what they are, but I haven't purchased any. Have you purchased a cosmetic in the last 3 months? No. Which characters do you feel should have more cosmetics options made for them? The Hag. Survivors? None. You have enough. To what extent do you agree with the following regarding legendary outfits? Overall, I'm satisfied with the concept? No. Well, the concept. Satisfied with the way they look. I feel there are too many legendary outfits. Somewhat agree. I would like to see more legendary outfits. Strongly disagree. So they're not asking the important questions here. They're not asking, anything about the value that you get for a legendary cosmetic, voice acting, animations, mores. They're not asking any of those information, but it's literally just, are you happy with how it looks? Do you think it's worth $15? Do you think it's worth more than the DLC and about as equal amount to the game cost itself? Anyway, overall, I'm satisfied with the concept. I'm just going to disagree on this shit. So let's see. Overall, I'm satisfied with the way currently the outfits look. You know what? They do look good. I can't lie about that. Oh, goodness. Anyway, have you ever purchased merchandise or had it purchased for you? No, /don't remember. How would you not remember? This is worded so stupid. They're like, yeah, well, they said no, or they don't remember. They don't remember buying it for themselves. But no, most of those, I mean, I know the millions and millions of people who said no. Some of them probably didn't remember that they actually bought some. This is such a leading thing. This is so stupid. Which characters do you feel best fit each category? Characters do you want to see on merchandise? The Hag? None. Oh, wait. Jeff. Characters you feel best represent the Dead by Daylight franchise? The Trapper. Actually, the Clown. The Clown. Survivors. None. Characters you feel are visually most entertaining to look at, most interesting to look at. So this is a personal thing. So who do I like looking at the most? Who's the visual most interesting to look at? Wraith, Billy, Nurse, Hag, Doctor, Huntress, Cannibal, Clown, Spirit, Legion, Plague, Oni, Deathslinger, Blight. Visual, interesting. You know what? I'm just going to stay with the Hag. Who cares? All right. Survivors, Jeff. Which combination of features would make a merchandise item most interesting to you? Item, I'm just going to leave this blank because I don't buy their merchandise. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that blank. Not interested in buying your merch or helping you figure out what to make and sell. Generally, how interested are you in merchandise in the following categories? No. Well, a little interested in that. Realistic statues? A little. Home and office, no. Art, jewelry, gaming hardware, pins. Let's see. Rank the following terms and how strong of a negative impact each has on your experience. Matchmaking wait time. Killer side is fine. Skill of those I matched against. Yep. Bugs which affect gameplay. Bugs which affect graphics. Negativity and social elements of the game. So let's do this one. Bugs which affect gameplay. Number 1. Have you played the latest? Yes, I played The Killer. How did you hear about this? Community content and social blah 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 blah. Overall, how satisfied are you? Very dissatisfied. How did you play? Did you play before prior? Yes, actively. Perk descriptions. Oh goody. This is supposed to take 12 minutes, by the way. Let's see. Rate perks. Okay. How would you rate the following perks in terms of usefulness? Hoarder, a little. Oppression, a little. Coup de grace, not at all. What potential does each killer perk have to work well with other perks synergistically? Hoarder, a little chance for synergy, i.e. one other perk. Oppression, a little chance for synergy, tied into other gen affecting perks. Coup de grace, no chance for synergy because it's just coup de grace. Rate the quality of the following features. Twins' character appearance, high quality. The twins' power, very low quality. Backstory, NA, who cares about their backstory? How engaging do you find the general feeling theme of the twins? Not at all engaging. How likely is it that you would recommend Dead by Daylight to a friend or colleague? Not at all likely. When you recommend Dead by Daylight, or think about recommending Dead by Daylight, which of the following elements most stand out to you? You know what? Everybody plays it because it's the only game of its kind. The unique gameplay, it cannot be denied that Dead by Daylight has a good formula for the gameplay. It's not balanced right and there are issues, but no one can deny that they have a good recipe. So if I was going to recommend the game to somebody, it would be because of that. Gender, country, year, old. How would you describe your experience level? Have you anything else to share? Let us know. I hope you've learned from this last chapter that the player base won't tolerate shoddy workmanship. Dead by Daylight is successful only because it's the only game of its kind on the market, but history shows that Dead by Daylight won't always hold that title. It's important that the company focuses on the core issues of the game that have existed for years and slow down on shoveling out irrelevant content that doesn't improve the core gameplay. Get over your egos and fix Decisive Strike. Change object of obsession, deal with camping and tunneling, find a solution to the speed at which survivors can finish generators. Do a better job at parsing your data to deal with issues in the game. Actively engage with the community to find solutions to long-standing problems instead of feeling out what new merchandise you can sell to us. Watch Bricky's review of Dead by Daylight and actually listen to the problems he brings up. Dead by Daylight needs an Operation Health. Your huge egos are blinding you to that fact. Someday, a new game in the same genre will show up, and Dead by Daylight will be the topic of a future episode of How to Kill a Game. Fix the core issues of the game. Blah, 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 you're complete.